My inbox at work is a nightmare. It currently holds 87,875 unread emails, a reflection not of my popularity, a colleague has more than 200,000, but of the fact that public relations professionals vastly outnumber journalists, and sending anyone they know news of the latest printer teabag they're promoting seems to be part of their job. Intensifying the tedium is that around a third of these messages begin with the greeting, "I hope you're sick well," to which I am always tempted to reply, "My well what? Never runs dry?" Or with a precise description of the well my family actually owns on a farm in India. But most enervating of all is the fact that another third of the messages are marketing some kind of awareness event. It seems that when you can't think of any other way of generating attention for your cause, establishing an awareness day is always an option. There are thousands of them, from National French Bread Day to National Skipping Day, Nude Gardening Day, and National Corn Dog Day. Pointless? Not entirely. I've just been inspired by this research to look up corn dogs, and am now not only aware of corn dogs, but desire a corn dog for my tea. Inane? More often than not. Which makes it even more surprising that nearly 2 years after I started looking into how imperialism has shaped modern Britain, I find myself wishing a new one into existence. Empire Awareness Day. Despite a recent surge of interest in British colonial history, with statues being torn down or defended, concert halls and schools being renamed, or councils refusing to submit to demands, and companies apologising for past deeds, or trying to ignore it all, the effect of British Empire upon this country is poorly understood. Many of us have learned more about British imperialism in a few months of statucide than we did during our entire schooling. But there seems to be a view that if you pull down enough statues, change enough names, or fight to keep enough statues up, refuse to change names, you can delete or defend British imperialism. But British Empire defines us more deeply than these controversies suggest, and an Empire Day could help explain how. Such a thing actually existed for decades in the 20th century. This half-day school holiday was established by the Earl of Meath to celebrate the splendour of the Empire on the 24th of May each year, the late Queen Victoria's birthday, with the aim of creating a bond between imperial subjects and counteracting what Meath felt was lamentable ignorance about its achievements. The story goes that he once asked a bunch of teenagers whether they had heard of the Indian Uprising, a key event in Empire history, and, to his dismay, received just one positive response. For a man who, at Eton, was told that brushing snow off his knees was spineless and unimperial, the implications were unconscionable. Convinced that such ignorance was widespread and undermining faith in civilization's greatest achievement, worried that the British Empire might die like most other empires, he started campaigning for the establishment of an annual Empire Day, which had originally been pioneered in Canada in the 1890s. By 1916, in the middle of the war, when patriotic feeling was at its height, Meath got his way. The British government inaugurated an official Empire Day. He would later claim that his movement had inspired the rush to the colours to fight in the First World War, which seems grandiose, but it certainly did become an institution. The BBC promoted it in their programmes, notably an Empire Day special in 1929 presented by Sir Henry Newbolt. An Empire Day Thanksgiving service at Wembley Stadium attracted around 90,000 people. Most British towns marked the occasion with marches, music, bonfires and fireworks, and celebrations were reported as far away as Australia. And while Empire Day formally died in 1958, when Prime Minister Harold Macmillan announced in Parliament it would be renamed British Commonwealth Day, Empire Day continued to be marked in Protestant schools in Northern Ireland into the 1960s.